Hello everyone, welcome to our regular little update that I have the honor of presenting on behalf of our whole team. I'm asked this time to do it as quick as possible because the last times I kept on rambling and rambling, so this time it's gonna be quick, and so is the introduction. My name is Hauke, I'm the creative director and founder at Blankhans together with other founders and much more creatives on this team. We are diving right in with the first little change. What you're seeing is a constant update on the game. Let's just dive right in. First thing that you're seeing and hearing is our new hunger effect. I've kept talking about it. We changed a lot when it comes to food. You see some mushrooms in my quick bar. I'm using one right now, which will get rid of my hunger, but you'll see that it comes back quite quick. Different foods now have different qualities. They are a lot less on the map. Survival has gotten a lot harder, and especially since we brought in new biomes. That's the second thing that I would love to show you today. We changed the hills biome. What you see in front of you is the early stages. The trees are still placeholders, but they are coming in this week. But you see all these super cool cliffs. Some of you might have already seen them in some of the streams and some of the more regular things that we do on different channels. If you have missed those, definitely subscribe to our YouTube, to our Discord. That is where we share these updates and you will miss none of the stuff coming up anymore. If it's the first video that you're seeing, I highly recommend checking out our YouTube because it's also a good resource to check out what is this game, how does it work, where does the survival come in, why do people keep referring to it as an MMO, and there is some elements to that. And as I said, I'm not going to explain all of them today because I'm keeping it quite quick. But yeah, look around. It is quite beautiful. Super excited soon to let people dive into this. You already see a placeholder for the trees that we are actually currently designing. They are like, we call them root trees internally. You can shift them around, do cool things with them. Anyways, little look at that. Next one, you see it is coming pam 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 today. We changed something about the combat system. I am now pressing left click continuously. That is what we call a combo. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And the third one, you see little head twisting, animation not being perfect, but you see there is some changes here. Now I'm gonna do the right click, which is a solid charge up, which continues into a spin. And to actually show you some fighting, I'm gonna spawn myself an enemy. I hope it doesn't kill me. I have some food on me, but they are quite hard already. Because I'm gonna show you one that is incredibly hard. God, I have to close the menu as fast as possible once it happens. I'm gonna spawn a Gothkin. Welcome, this is the Gothkin. The bad enemies coming from the side of Sorgoth. They already have all the effects. I'm gonna run away from them for a moment because you actually hear them and everything. Super cool. These are the enemies that you're gonna face in your town attacks. And what I'm gonna do now with him is collect combo points. You see that at the top, which will also allow me to actually do a little backstep and finish a combo. That was the first finisher that we have. You see me almost dying to him, so I have to eat some of the food that I prepared, getting away from him. You see the fighting is a lot more dynamic, and I actually have a third finisher, which was enough damage to kill him. So if you missed that, what you can do now is basically hit, and if you hit an enemy you gather combo points, then you can backstab and then do finishers, which was that little forward charging that pushes back enemies, or that charge up but in a much more efficient state, also without a charge up and stunning enemies. This is hard to explain, but you will, I'm pretty sure, enjoy this a lot. It is the first time that combat is getting close to the point where we wanted the Great Sword to be. It is super fun. These little steps can also be executed forward. You can do them backwards or to the front if you want to catch up to an enemy. Maybe we'll run into another enemy so that I can actually show you that. Also, you might have noticed I am wearing one of the new outfits. This is the cloth armor, the most basic one in the game. Still a little clipping, not perfect yet, but you see it looks super cool. Big fan of this outfit. It was the first one that we initially designed. Also, finally, it came into the crafting menu. Our crafting menu is now sorted by the things you actually have. You see a lot of things and a lot less soon TMs in here. Here's the armor. You can now charge them. I can actually use the leather that I gathered. There's an alloy hat piece where you have to combine different armors or different ingots. There is cooking now in the game, and this is coming to the next point on the list. Now the building hammer is in the game. The building hammer now does the whole thing that the crafting menu was before, and you will finally see crafting stations. You see that these crafting stations in the center have dependencies on town levels. For example, a woodworking bench level 3 can only be placed in a town level 2. A cooking station level 1 can be placed in the wilderness. There is geocasting benches, which are for everything that comes out of soil or the earth. There already is a forge in the game. There is a woodworking bench. All of these completely work. You can actually place them. I can't now because I'm not in a town, but we'll gladly share some imagery of that. Maybe Chris actually takes the time to take some screenshots or throw in some of the video that he might have taken to show you this. Super cool. Also super exciting. The new building set is in. I think you might have already seen some of this. I'm actually going to cheat a little bit to show you that set. Check requirements. There it is. Perfect. Now you can actually use the left click to hammer down on these building pieces. They now also have health. You might feel like, oh, that's so annoying. Why is that health there? I don't want to see it. No problem at all. If you switch away from the building hammer, it disappears and it will only show up once these pieces are damaged. Damn, I'm quick today. Hell yeah. These pieces also, like this whole set has several pieces. They come in different varieties already. There is like this one. I'm going to set some up for you guys so that you actually see them. Super cool. There's this like more wooden based one. There's this like lock containing one. Super interesting to do. I really love this set. It is the most basic, as I said. This is what you're going to be able to put anywhere on the map if you want. Oh, I actually created a gap. Doesn't matter. We can walk here. Super, super nice. One of the most exciting things for me personally, because it starts getting closer to the actual loop that we intend for this game. And while I'm building a little more here, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Our alpha is coming up. You might have already seen a more extensive video. Is it extensive in English? You might have noticed I'm not a native. You might have seen a longer video where my co-founder Renee, Chris, our community manager, and me talk a little bit about what can you expect from the alpha, but let me get into that a little more. The alpha is for us an internal test on the basic functionality of our game, and additionally one to see a little bit how people react to certain mechanisms, to certain things. What you can't expect is a fully solid game experience. There will be servers, you will be allocated through matchmaking to servers that you can actually then play with, hopefully a good ping on, but it is for us a performance test. So as soon as things run smoothly, we will break them again. So please don't be disappointed if you are chosen for this alpha and then the servers are not 24/7 online, or if there is bugs or things are breaking. It is kind of what an alpha should be for us, because we want things to break, we want to learn from mistakes, and that is just impossible if everything runs smoothly. Also, we can't invite everyone to this alpha. We will invite as many people as possible, but we already have, and I'm not exaggerating, thousands of applications for this alpha. And as we said, we will at a later point do a more unique test, or more like a more open test for people to actually enjoy the game in a more finalized state when it's getting closer to the early access that we are hoping to achieve this year. Yeah, that's basically all. Please don't expect too much, but also don't expect too little, and let us know if you think it is too little if you are chosen for the test. If you haven't applied yet, just go to our Steam page. The link will be in the description of this video. It is everywhere on our Discord. We shared it on all our socials. You just go to the Steam page, request access, and then you have officially signed up to be on the alpha, and you will randomly from a whole list be picked. There is no who comes first gets served first. None of that happens. It is completely fair. Everyone has a chance of joining. Additionally, what is also in the game now finally, I'm excited to show you, is the first little emotes. We have a little wave animation in the game where you can say hello to the people that hopefully play the alpha with you. There is a solid thumbs up because you definitely like that, mixed with, of course, a more negative thumbs down if that is not to your liking. And let's go over here, and even in the darkness, I am sure you are able to see me. Just enjoy the view a little bit and sit down next to the beautiful hills and the little house that we just built, and the character actually sits down. There will be more of these animations coming in. They might not make it into alpha, but we will see about that. They are for the purpose of seeing how you interact with each other socially. You might have seen that an emoji popped up when I did this animation, actually, oh no, sorry, it was the thumbs up. Let me just do that again. When I did the thumbs up, that popped up. We will eventually come to a system where that is still a thing, maybe with different streamers, maybe just your unique ones that you can pick, and just to make it even clearer what those are and simplify the system. Additionally, coming to small changes, there's been a lot of balancing going on. We've done incredible things on performance. It runs a lot smoother. You might have noticed that even for me, I'm currently playing with a horrible ping on a European server. I'm located in Asia, and still there is no weird rubber banding when I'm fighting. This is all very smooth. I'm probably playing with quite a high ping now. Super exciting for us, as it was something that we've been struggling quite a bit. These fields have been optimized, so it's all a lot less resource heavy. You might have seen that the clouds have changed, and so that the beam effect, it is now in front of the clouds, not weirdly bugging around anymore as much as it used to. Still a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we can also fix that. And also the new resources in the game, because you can now walk up to smaller bushes eventually. Oh, these ones not, because this is not properly set up. Let me just go over here quickly where I can actually find one where it works, in the forest. Because finally our first survival resource came in, twigs. You can now go, twigs, not the chocolate bar, but rather the little pieces of wood. You can go up to bushes, press a button, and there's a twig on the ground. You can gather that and then use that to craft the most basic gear, for example, twig greatswords. Let me just get 5 of them. Then I can also show you the system of crafting, because the sounds on the menu are now a lot nicer. You can actually press successful sound. The model will be the same as the wood greatsword, but we hope to get it in until alpha still. Now I have my wooden sword. I just crafted that. Super cool. My twig sword. Super cool. Actually works. Additionally, the food, as I said, is reduced, but there is more of it. All of that has sounds now, and you might have already heard it when I use the crafting menu. There's now also sounds for turning things, rotating them, and also there is sounds connected to snapping now, and to deleting things. The VFX for that is also still coming in. I'm additionally able to set up a town center, and my cheat is still activated. I can actually finish it, and we will hear a beautiful sound. Super cool. The relay tower still does everything. You can add resources, menu, of course, work in progress, but you can already invite people. They can join your town. You can sign their applications and let them in, or you can technically even leave a town whenever you want. If everyone abandons the town, it will eventually deteriorate and other people can join. The town border is still here. Town extensions still absolutely work. It is still, of course, work in progress what they look like, but you can expand your town as you used to be able to. Super cool. These twigs from the ground will soon disappear, but they are still in the game. And I think that is the majority of the changes that I'm able to present you today. Next time we can hopefully look a lot more into crafting, actually get the stations going. I'll show you a little bit of the progression where you make this food, but also soon you will actually start seeing footage by creators. Currently, most of what you've seen has been made by us. We sometimes let people in. They were guided playtests with streamers, with people that are generally interested in video games. Also, we've received coverage first, or finally. We are still in an early stage, but we're lucky enough so that press is starting to notice us. Big shout out to our community. Honest, gigantic thank you for getting the word out there, for being so positive about what we're releasing. We are doing our best to keep the quality up. We are super excited to finally get into alpha and let you get an impression yourself, hopefully telling us what doesn't work, also what does work, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. But until then, there's nothing more for me to do than to say, please stay up to date with this game. It is a survival game. It is social multiplayer. There is the whole city of Korheim that I'll hopefully be able to show you next time. There's been gigantic improvements on that visually. It will hopefully for alpha present itself in the nicest and shiniest way possible. And then after alpha, we can finally start working on adventures so that we can share that soon, which are basically dungeon type experiences that some of you, if this is the first video that you're seeing, are not familiar with yet, that we have something in the lines of dungeons. We have this social hub that you can trade in, and that might be completely new to you. As this is still a survival game, it is just trying something new, something different, and I'm super excited to show you that we're actually going through with all of these ideas, and we need your feedback. So Sign up for Alpha now if you haven't. Definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel if you've seen this on social media. Thank you so much for your attention. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you. You're welcome in our community. Thank you.